In tonight's town hall debate format, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump will have to field unpredictable questions in many cases from actual voters, meaning we really could see some awkward moments. The polling organization Gallup screened and selected participants from the St. Louis area. We're told they chose from a sample of undecided voters at random. Ding, ding, ding. Kennedy is here. She was not chosen. She's the host of Kennedy, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific on the Fox Business Network.
That's right, Chef. So good to be here with you.
You're not going to be. Are you going to get to ask questions tonight?
I don't know if I get to, but I certainly will.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But help me understand this whole thing.
All right,
Who are these people?
The Commission on Presidential Debates, and they're the governing organization that puts together all the debates. They decide the moderators. They wanted this town hall style event to be filled with people who are going to ask questions, undecided voters. So they put Gallup to the task of finding voters who are truly uncommitted. They're either leaning one way or the other, or they are totally undecided, and this could be an event that could push them into one or the other camp. And so what they're going to do is they are going to pose questions to the two candidates based on their needs and experience, and they will also be sort of intertwined with questions from Martha and Anderson, the two moderators.
So Anderson Cooper and Martha Raddatz will have these questions in advance. They had to get them by this morning?
They have, yes, but they also have 30 participants on stage and 1,000 people in the audience who will be watching, and you will have voters directly question the candidate.
But my point is Martha and Anderson are going to know what those questions are going to be.
Oh, they know.
Yeah, they know.
They control the fate of the political world here in these United States.
Right. So they're the ones who will decide a flow, what order things go in.
Yeah.
And will there be, sometimes in these sorts of debates, there's back and forth. Like the regular person might ask a question and then continue the process like a conversation, much like we're doing.
Yeah, each candidate will have 2 minutes, and then there will be a 1-minute facilitation period where either Martha and Anderson can ask a follow-up question, or perhaps they will allow one of the voters to follow up and get the satisfactory answer.
And would these people who are asking questions, the regular St. Louis folks,
yes, do
we get to know who they are?
I hope so. I hope they release a series of bios and headshots so we get a deeper sense of who's going to be on stage on this critical night. I mean, it was do or die for Donald Trump before
I'm hearing we may get the names in about an hour.
That's great.
Around 5 o'clock or something.
Yeah, and
they want this to be transparent.
And both campaigns have accused the system of being rigged in favor of their opponent. And when that happens, when both camps are complaining, I think that you have a better chance of things being even. But you always want to make sure that no one is there tinkering with the important ingredients in the casserole. I love
this place, so I hope they don't burn the house down tonight. It just sort of feels like we're waiting for an explosion of some sort.
It really does. And more so, you know, we didn't know quite what to expect during the first debate in Hofstra.
No clue.
And there was a great deal of anticipation. But here, there is such a new dynamic injected into this debate. What will Donald Trump say? What will he accuse Hillary Clinton and her husband of? And there are so many tawdry variables that it will be an even greater experience, possibly.
You have a couple of daughters, Lois and Pele.
Yes.
Lotus and Pele.
You can call her Lois. It's cute.
No, I like Lotus better. You don't let them watch stuff like this?
Yes, actually, my 6th grader is in a social studies class in middle school, and on back to school night I asked her teacher, should these students be watching the debates, and she said yes, absolutely. So the younger one can't stay up quite that late. She tries, and tomorrow they have the day off from school. But they do watch. They have a lot of questions, and they're forming their own opinions about the candidates, and I think that's a good thing. Tonight, however, if it gets too blue, then, the Hubs knows to redirect. Maybe do a board game.
A board game sounds good.
Sure.